everybody. I'm Nzinga Imani, and I'm here with Ray Holiday.
Hey.
Janae Bolden.
What's up?
And this is All Right So Boom, the podcast where we interview celebrity guests and find a little bit more about their origin story. And today's guest is Sammie.
Hey.
What's happening?
Welcome, welcome.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Wonderful.
It's always good to see you, Sammie.
Oh,
I feel like I'm
Absolutely.
on the couch with the fam already.
Yeah,
I know, I was literally
it
just
is
about
a
to say
family
that.
affair.
Yeah, I'm mad cozy.
Absolutely.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
It was a pleasure. You always are a good energy, a vibe.
thank
So
you. Thank you.
so excited to have you.
Thank you.
What y'all got going on? I see that we coordinated today. We got the
A little
green
bit.
on this side,
Right.
we got the
It's
red
all
on that
good.
And
side.
then we got the
Sammie,
Papa
We
Red.
had our
Sure.
memo.
That's
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
got the memo.
For
We
sure.
ready for the holidays.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah,
I
we
like
are.
that.
Early Christmas.
Yeah, what are you doing for the holidays?
Ooh, I'm eating for sure. That's literally the
Okay.
only thing I had planned because I was supposed to
Very
be out of
important.
country, and so now
Oh.
I'm just gonna go with the flow. It's gonna be great.
Where were you gonna go?
Guyana.
Okay.
My
Oh.
cousin's getting married,
Nice.
but it was just too last minute. But it's so good. What about y'all? What y'all doing for the holidays?
I'm being Santa Claus, to the fam.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Little one will be here. you know.
Congratulations.
So she gets to experience Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Lucky me.
Sam the
Just
dad.
in
I love
time.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Papa
I
Sam in
know.
full swing. I'm excited.
Gang.
Yes, that's
awesome.
epic.
I'm excited.
What about you, Janae?
I'm gonna be chilling. Me and Fletcher, my dog. I'm gonna
Oh, we
make
know
sure
Fletcher.
he has a stocking full of dog treats, salmon sticks. He's all about that.
Shout out to
So I'm gonna
Fletcher.
spoil him.
And what about you, Ray?
This has actually been my first Christmas and Thanksgiving in Atlanta. So I'll be getting up with my family, my new family here. And we'll figure it out.
Is it family then?
No, it's family. Yes.
Right.
Family.
Because
I like
friends,
that.
Yes.
your friend family.
Absolutely.
If
If y'all have a
absolutely.
Friendsgiving, please invite me.
Oh, no, for
I'm
sure.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Friendsgiving. We've
They
had
be
a
lit.
couple
Yeah.
Friendsgivings
Yeah.
together,
They've been
actually.
monumental for sure.
I love
For
you
sure.
always plugged in. You always got some backstory with the
Yeah.
guests.
Nah, for sure.
Listen, I've been in
Right.
this game for a long time.
Yes.
I think as
Yeah.
long as Sammie,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Yes. Speaking of as long as Sammie, it's about to be 25 years of you in the game.
Yeah, we on
25.
24. Next year be 25.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
That is-
crazy.
Okay, wait, he got me beat.
Okay.
24 years, yes.
Yeah,
That is
I came in the game when I
incredible.
was 12. I'm 36, so that's
Ah,
a blessing
wow.
to be able to say. And y'all just y'all wowed me with that. 25 years next year.
Yes.
25 years.
In 25 years, I'm sure you have had some celebrity encounters
Absolutely.
that are
Few.
Mhm.
special, that are to be remembered. And here on All Right So Boom, we
Mhm.
always like to start off with a
Yes,
little celebrity
give it to
encounter.
us.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. All right, so boom. This is probably like 2006.
Mhm.
If anyone knows, my biggest musical influence, is Usher Raymond. I love Usher.
Mhm.
Nice.
Proud of everything he's been able to do. He's the definition of someone that has evolved from a child star,
Absolutely.
teenage heartthrob, to the grown
Absolutely.
man he is today, and
Yep.
still in his prime.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So there was a bowling alley. It used to be called 300.
300.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so I just re-signed with Dallas Austin, Rowdy Records, and I'm bowling with some of my friends from high school.
Got it.
And unbeknownst to me, in the private area was Usher and Keith and his whole crew.
Got it.
And someone from his camp came over and was like, "Yo, Usher said, come holler." I didn't even know Usher was in the building. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
Usher,
Good.
Usher, and he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yo, I know y'all
Usher,
came up
Usher.
here to visit me, but I gotta go holler at
Right.
Usher." I got to bowl with him and talk to him and get some gems. And I'm like 19 at the time.
Wow.
And at that time, music had changed substantially from 99 to 2001. So just to be able to bowl with him and for him to know who I am,
Yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah.
And for him to be the reason why I'm singing and the reason why I want to be great at what I do
That's what's
and
up.
appreciate the journey and understanding that the journey is not the destination. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or, excuse me, the journey is the destination. You know what I'm saying? And not to focus on the destination. Those words came from him. So I thought that was a cool experience to just be able to be called in the bowl with somebody you grew up,
Yeah,
wanting to
absolutely.
sound like, be like, look like, walk like, talk
Yeah,
like. It
yeah.
doesn't get any more surreal than that. So I think that's something I'll never forget, man. And
That's so dope.
I just saw him in Vegas for my birthday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Party with him and all that. So it was
That's
love,
what's up.
full circle.
Full circle moment.
Full circle.
Heard you.
Sammie,
We
I'm
like
so
full circle
shocked to hear you say you were surprised that he knew who you were, because I feel like
Everyone does.
everyone knows who you are.
Yeah,
No one can take away what you've accomplished.
I know.
That's a fact.
It's just the good old humility in me.
Right. Right.
But at the same time, like the older I get, the more like I'm surprised and just in awe of the path that God has gifted me in this
Yeah.
music thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for the Millennium Tour, I wouldn't have known what I meant to the millennials. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still having a hard time accepting that, if you been around, you know, and been tuned into R&B music, you do know who Sammie is. You know, it's just one of those things that it'll never not shock me. I'm surprised when people are like, nah, you one of those.
Right.
You know?
Had that conversation about the tour before you actually got on the tour.
Yeah, because they forgot about me on the
Absolutely. And I
first
want for you to go in a little bit on how you felt before that and how you felt when you got the word that you would be a part of it.
Man, I'm a Pisces. I'm a little sensitive.
Oh.
I'm a little emotional.
Yeah.
So I think why I cared about it because you called it the Millennium Tour.
Absolutely.
And I'm not the king of R&B. I'm not here to say I'm the GOAT or a legend. I'm not none of that, right? But one thing I can stand on is that I'm the pioneer, which is the first of my generation to provoke executives to go find a Bow Wow. Lil Romeo, Lil Corey, Chris Brown, the Amazing, who is the GOAT, Trey Songz, etc., etc. So for me to not be on it the first time, it was like somebody to me just like
dropped the
ball, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was so passionate and vocal about it. And then we live in a world where people also forget.
That's true.
You know, it's not about what you've done, it's what you've done lately.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, you know, when I came out as a kid, I'm funded with millions behind me with Capitol Records. So of course I'm #1 on billboards and doing all these Nickelodeon tours and Jay Leno and things of that nature. But when you're independent, that's a different vibration. It's a different grind. It's a different struggle. It's a different journey. So I kind of understood also that y'all don't know I still been doing my thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not as in your face as it was when I was a child.
Understood.
So I want to say thank you to Lloyd, man.
Love him.
Shout out to
Lloyd is my brother. I've known him since I was 11. He asked me about 3 times, and I keep saying that because I kept saying no. He was like, come out on my set and show them that they made a mistake. And I'm like, nah. I'm not coming out. Yeah, you know, and after Pride
that
come
male
Demise.
ego, y'all.
After Pride
come Demise.
Got it.
And the 3rd time, man, I talked to my manager, and he was like, it doesn't hurt to go out there and just give them what they missed out on. And I went out there, y'all, and when I say pandemonium, and I was only out there for like 40 seconds. Just like a little snippet of I Like It. But they went crazy.
Wow.
And next thing you know, I get a DM from G Squared Events, and shout out to Gary and the family. Oh, wow. They said, we're working on something. Who do we need to talk to book you? Little did I know, there was 2 more Millennium Tours coming, which I was blessed to be featured on.
I love that.
So, you know, now having to receive those flowers, man, those meet and greets, just hearing grown women who used to be little girls that had me on their walls in their rooms and posters in their lockers and stuff like that, profess their love for me, their appreciation for me, and everything that I've given to them. You know, that to me equated to a Grammy. I'm cool now. I'm chilling. Everything now is extra credit. You feel me? I'm chilling.
Absolutely.
I'm on meet and greet.
Happy.
I know, I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that Lloyd kind of was like, no, I'm asking you until you say yes.
And that's why I thanked him, because, you know, he could have brushed it off after the first or the second, but he was like, Sam, like, and he was like, do it for me. When's the last time me and you was on stage together? And I was like, all right, Lloyd, I'm gonna come. And I came, and the rest is history. You know what I mean? And it changed, and it saved my life, honestly, and career, honestly.
That's
so I owe Lloyd, you know, a million thank yous would never suffice, but I'm forever grateful that he loaned to me his platform.
That's what's up.
And let me do my little one too.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lloyd.
Speaking of your little, I don't hate that you called it your little one too, because I feel like it's the song is so like
it's
literally
everlasting.
I find myself singing I Like It all the time. I would love to hear the story.
We'd like to hear it.
How the
We'd
song
like to hear you sing
we
it.
would love to hear it.
We'd like to hear you sing it.
You want to hear me sing it? Oh no, you don't want. We have a professional here.
I got discovered doing the Apollo
Yep.
in 1998. I made it to the finals in 1999. Joyce Irby, who used to be a lead singer of a females group, women's group, Climax, discovered me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's a
I
meeting
didn't know
in
that.
the ladies' room.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
Joyce. So she discovered me. She discovered Lloyd Jasper. She was in business with Dallas Austin.
Oh.
So she has an eye for talent.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's how I've known Lloyd and Jasper for so.
Too?
Yeah, that's how I've known all of us been brothers since
wow.
back then
He's
because
such
of
a
her.
good dude.
And at first I was supposed to be in the group In Tune with Lloyd. A lot of people don't know that. I never was getting a deal as a soloist. After the audition tape, she said, actually, nah, Lloyd is going to be, they might clash. He's the star of In Tune. Sammie is a dominant vocalist, so we're going to give him a budget at Capitol Records. So she ended up making 2 plays in 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's magic.
Right. So the first song I ever recorded in my entire life in the studio was I Like It. Nashville, Tennessee. Dallas Austin packed us up, took some writers and producers to Nashville. We was camped out there. And yeah, I Like It was the first song I did. Now, mind you, I'm a church boy, Church of Christ. So I Like It to me wasn't like what I, at 12, thought I wanted to sing. I wanted something a little more soulful. Something that can showcase my vocal ability. But I did know it was a fun record. So everybody was like, this the single.
Jamming.
This the one. And then we put it out. And when I say it took off immediately, I'm still in, I'm 7th grade. I'm going to this school.
Literally
and in the Hot 100.
Yeah, no, we went number 1, you know, for 4.5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? When I look at my plaque, it's like Sammie, then there's like Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, Carlos Santana.
That's crazy.
But Lil Sammie, like the 12-year-old kid that I was.
You were in school at the time?
Yes, when it's all
when it went to number 1, where were you?
I was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm going to school as a regular kid at the time.
Right.
And then we had like a 2-week break for something. And at that time, BET played my video for the first time.
During the break.
Yes. In the box. Remember you had the box?
Oh, the box.
Yeah.
Ralph
so
McDaniel.
right. So they're playing my video.
We're not that old. We just remember.
I was like, I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, that was the video network too. And I get back to school and like people are starting to whisper in class, like, y'all seen the dude, Sammie? I Like It. He looks just like Sammie. And his name's Sammie. So I'm lying because I've never been famous. So I'm like, that's not me. I don't have security.
Right. Right.
So I go home and I tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, it's getting a little different at school now. She's like, what you mean? I'm like, the song's on the radio. It's playing on 99 Jams every day. And BT is in full rotation. And she would drop me off like I was a regular kid.
She didn't get it.
Yeah. And then one day, like, the faculty pulled me into the office. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm in trouble. And I was always a good kid. So I'm like, what do I do? And it was like, nah, there's rumors that you're famous. And I was like, man, y'all might need to call my mom.
Oh, my God.
And she can explain it to y'all a little better.
Yeah.
But, you know, she was gung-ho on me not leaving public school. Getting my education.
She was trying to keep you grounded.
Yeah. So I would go to school like Monday through Wednesday. Florida state law, you had to be in school at least 3 days a week.
Got it.
To not be expelled. And I would tour Thursday through Sunday.
Wow.
And I have homeschool on the road like a tutor. So it was a little crazy. And now I'm doing Jay Leno. Now I'm doing all that. Nickelodeon, Nick Cannon, all these different things. And it was hard to juggle, I'm going to be honest, because the guys did not like me. You know what I'm saying?
I would imagine.
Because the ladies
love you.
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm sitting here trying to understand like the dynamics of trying to be normal, but I'm not allowed to be because now I'm on television and the radio. So it was like a gift and a curse. I was excited that I'm popping.
Right.
But then, you know, when it was time to be a normal kid, that access was cut off. And it was very difficult navigating through a public school every day as someone they can go home and see on BET, MTV.
Right.
So I'm grateful for my school time.
Yeah.
Kept me humble.
So at what point did you have to leave?
No, I didn't leave.
You didn't leave? You stayed in public school?
I stayed in public school my entire
that is
time.
wild.
I graduated from a public high school, West Orange High School in Orlando. I was homecoming king. I played basketball for 2 years.
That's the setup, right?
I sung in the choir. I was in the Renaissance program. A lot of my brothers that are like my brothers today are the bros from high school.
Oh, wow.
21, 22, 23 years in now. So I'm grateful for those times, but I would never suggest
doing that
for anybody else. But in hindsight, also, I learned the significance of self outside of being famous. I still was cool when I was in high school, not popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at this time in high school, Lloyd comes out with Southside. My first time seeing Lloyd since I was 14 was
Southside.
Southside. I'm like, he has tattoos, long hair, he's smoking. Like, I hadn't seen Lloyd in a long time.
Oh, wow.
And I know this is my brother because I'll never forget this. He releases the album. This is when you can go buy CDs. And there's thank yous. And it said, thank you to my brother, Sammie Lee Bush Jr., my whole government.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, he ain't forget about me. And for him to, you know, I shared the Millennium Tour story. Yeah. Lloyd has always been my, like, guardian angel as far as keeping me going and pushing me to get to the next level. So I appreciate him. But, yeah, high school wasn't the best. But I do value the relationships. I do value understanding that if I never sold another record, Sammie, the entity, the man, is enough. You feel me? I think a lot of my peers can't relate. Right. All they know is lights, camera, action. So now when they're not popping and they're not selling out and they're not streaming the way they thought they should be, they have like identity crisis.
Right.
See, I don't have that. Like, I don't know what I would do, but I've been gifted in other avenues. You know what I'm saying? I've always had a entrepreneur mind. I can get my own lounge. I can get a restaurant. I already have a candle business. I don't sing every day. I chill. I live a regular life in Atlanta. I go to the gym. I'm with my lady. I'm with we have a 7-year-old we share. You know, she came with one. And I'm learning now how to become a dad of
Absolutely.
And I'm cool with that. Like, I'm totally, that was always my retirement plan anyway, is to like serve the people.
Got it.
Enjoy the fruits of my labor and have my own family. So that's my heaven. You feel me?
We love that. The name of this podcast is All Right, So Boom. So we are really interested in knowing, when do you really believe that you started to make it? And you got to start it out with, all right, so boom.
All right, so boom. It just happened like 6 years ago. I had an ex-manager and business partner. And I want to say this too on this platform, because it's all love and peace now between me and this individual.
Got it.
All is forgiven. All is love. Bygones is bygones.
Got it.
In 2009, he took everything from me. He had access to my Benz. He was co-signer on it. On my accounts.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? My credit card. So when I fired him, he did what I thought he could do but wouldn't do.
Right.
Shut everything down. So here I am, Sammie, and have no money. Wow. All of it gone because I trusted somebody and didn't handle my business the way I was supposed to handle it. And it took 7 long years to catch another break.
Got it.
And that break was the Shade Room posting me singing a snippet of this record called I'm Him. June 30th, 2016. I'll never forget the date.
Oh, wow.
I was 4 mortgages behind.
Wow.
I just left Captain D's, got me a little meal. And I pulled up a beat while I was in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
And I started humming. And then I started writing some lyrics. And then I got home and I was like, I'm going to leave it on Instagram.
Yeah.
An hour later, it's all over the Shade Room. It's all over Instagram. Girls are reposting it like, oh, that's the Sammie from I Like It and Crazy Things I Do for Love and Hardball. And that led to Ghazi reaching out from Empire, EP deal. That went top 5.
Got it.
Tank brought me on the Savage Tour 2017, headline my own tour 2019. Then I get another album deal. Then I get another album deal. Then I'm on Vibes on Vibes tour with Eric Bellinger. And then I'm on the Millennium Tour twice, you know, in a year's time. Yeah. Just now in these last 6-7 years of my career, it's like I made it.
Got it.
And I'm on a 24, almost 25-year journey.
Exactly.
And that's for
amazing.
Anybody that's trying to give up.
Right.
Or they don't feel like it's happening fast enough.
Yep.
Understand that there's no such thing as a time outside of God's timing.
Absolutely.
We can get out of our own way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And just one step at a time, one day, one moment, one breath at a time, continue to go forward. You'll run into your season. And I've just caught like a real run. 6-7 year run. So I'm just now like, I made it.
And Sammie, you mentioned Tank.
Yeah.
You did some writing for him too.
Yeah, I wrote God is Good. So life is just full circle for me. I get a lot of times where just wow.
You've done a lot of writing for other artists.
Yeah. Zena is his wife.
Zena Foster.
Zena Foster was my background dancer when I was 12.
What?
Zena Foster, if you look in the Crazy Things I Do for Love video, if you see me touring on the Nickelodeon footage and all that, there's a light-skinned girl with green eyes. That's Zena Foster.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So his wife is like my big sister since I was a kid.
Oh, that's dope.
And then Tank is somebody, also Usher, Tank, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, and then I know he has his personal things, but R. Kelly. Those were my like 5 people I like studied. So I started writing, and this is when the 7 years of me not having. I was like, well, forget it. You know, Sammie, the artist is done, but I can always write. So I started writing for other people and other artists and getting placements and just keeping the lights on.
Yeah,
I was a ghostwriter. So a lot of people, I can't say who I wrote for, but they would be like, so-and-so sound like Sammie.
Right.
Yeah, well, maybe I was a part of that.
Got it.
You know?
Got it.
But Tank was the first time I could finally say out loud, like,
got it.
I wrote this one. So I wrote Next Breath alongside Micah and Kevin McCall in LA. It was a record for myself, but it's so funny. I remember Chris Brown coming into the studio and he goes, I don't know how you coming back, but this is how you need to come back.
Right.
And it didn't work that way.
Got it.
I'm in LA and I'm with Troy Taylor and we're in a meeting at Atlantic. And Mike Caron plays Next Breath. He's like, I want to play this amazing record. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I'm not even supposed to be in the meeting. I'm just shadowing my mentor, right?
Right.
And he pressed play and it's me. And I'm singing my rendition, which is the original of Next Breath. And they're like, yeah, we just paid and got the splits. It's for Tank. I'm livid.
Right.
Because I'm like, what? Like, this is, first of all, is my record.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, no one called me to talk about the publishing and the writer share.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, get lawyers.
The business.
Yeah, we get lawyers on the phone and we get it reconciled, and it ends up being my first #1 as a songwriter.
Wow.
And at that time, I had no deal, so I felt it would be bigger on Tank anyway.
Right.
And I love Tank. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, God don't play about me. So even when people try to do something,
absolutely,
you know, under the table,
you're blessed.
It comes to the force. Right. Yeah, I've always been considered anointed. So I, as long as I do more good than bad in life, I'll always be protected.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why you've been so successful too, because it seems like a lot of the connections you made in the industry, they look out for you. They want to see you succeed.
You know, talent gets you in the room, but character keeps you.
That's it.
And people don't know that. So like, you know, me and my manager Skino, we always say we're going to keep our shirt clean. We do business, and if you give us $1 too much, we'll send $1 back.
Got it.
You know, we don't want $1 more or less than what my worth is.
Got it.
So I think integrity and morals and ethics is something my parents instilled in me young, and it's just followed me, you know, in my business. So people do things for me strictly because they're like, yo, I like Sammie. I don't have to be top 10 on Billboard to get in certain rooms, because if Ray in the room, that's my brother. Ray going, I think we should put Sammie in here. If something comes across your desk, you'll be like, I think this is a good fit for Sammie.
We love Sammie.
And it's strictly because I decided to be a great person.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, so character, you know, is priceless. Yeah, and everlasting, truthfully.
And you're the way you talk about your faith, and you're very open with your faith. I love that, because you know, being in the R&B lane, people want to, you know, kind of pigeonhole you. Like, you can't talk about this and sing about this and then talk about God. But
you know what's so beautiful about God is that I'm a church boy, and I'm a die church man. You know, you know, He used the worst people.
Yes, he did.
If you believe in the Bible.
Yes, he did.
As disciples.
Yes, he did.
And messengers and priests. You know, I'm a minister. I just don't dress up in a suit. You feel me? So why can't he use a guy that sings secular music?
Yeah.
I can touch more people than I could trying to act holier than thou. I'm a guy that turned up with the best of them. I can stand on couches and pop bottles.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm a wild boy, so you know I'm not perfect and blameless. So me honoring that, I think God, you know, He reads the heart.
Yeah.
See, that is pure for me. I might mess up. I've done some bad things. I've said some bad things. I've made some mistakes, and I'm going to continue to do so.
Got it. Yes.
But my heart is always in the right place.
That's true.
And I'm quick to, like, right or wrong. I'm quick to apologize and not just mean it from a verbal standpoint, but change behavior. Yeah. And I think that's what separates me from most, is that I'm not shying away from the man and the only source that I know that has blessed me with such an amazing, you know what I'm saying, journey.
Gift, yeah.
Like,
speaking of turning up with the best of them, you know I got to ask you about Versus, because
that was one of the most lit nights of my life.
Yes.
Tell us more about how that came about, and just bring us into that moment, because obviously we weren't there, but
but y'all was there.
We were there.
Y'all was there.
Which is the beauty of Versus.
Yeah, man, you know, shout out to Tim, shout out to Swizzy.
Shout out to Tim, shout out to Swizzy.
That changed my life too. Like, it just doesn't stop.
Right,
you know?
right.
The problem was, let's start with the problem.
Start with that.
Yes.
I think they had us at the venue maybe 2-3 hours before it was showtime.
Oh.
Right? And we were trying to be punctual, because they was like stressing, be on time, be on time.
Yes.
So we get there, there's nothing to do. There's no sound check.
Wow.
The equipment, the stage is not set up. So what there is to do, though, drink.
Right.
There's a lot of liquor.
A lot.
There's a lot of celebrities and our friends, you know what I'm saying? So it turned into a backstage party before the show.
Got it.
So we've already had 4, 5, 6 shots of
Casamigos,
Got it.
Black Label, and whatever else people like to do.
Got it.
And the energy was set when they said go, right? We already came lit. And some more lit than others, right?
Right.
And for me, I was just coming to shit talk. You know, I ain't gonna hold you. I've already been known as a vocalist. I can sing live. So I wasn't there to be the best singer.
Got it.
I was there to, like, remind y'all.
Yes, right.
I'm the first.
Right,
and, you know, the Casamigos made me really turn into Big Sam.
I mean,
that's how Big Sam was created.
Got it.
And it just never stopped. Because even while, like, Ray J singing, we go back to the DJ booth. I walked off stage at one point. Take a shot. Like,
wait, you can't spell Casamigos without Sam.
Yeah, right.
That is true.
So we just kept partying, and, you know, I wouldn't even say it because we were there to entertain, but we weren't there to sing. We weren't there to let out our shirts and fly in the wind.
Got it.
And, you know, that grab air. We wasn't there for that. We had fun.
Agreed.
It was the most watched versus to date, 7 million people. And then it created RSVP. And then now that I've been a part of this group for over a year, we are that.
Got it.
Our show is that. We don't know the set before we go. We don't know who's going first, who's going last. We kind of wing it because we understand actually our beauty is dysfunction.
That's actually dope.
Yeah, because everything in this world is just about a vibe. It's about do people rock with it, right?
Right.
The most talented rappers aren't winning. It's the people who just got a vibe. What does a vibe mean? It could be a drug vibe. It could be a liquor vibe. It can be a depressed vibe. People just like connectivity. That's why social media is so relevant.
This is true.
Right? You got to care about Sammie's day-to-day more than you do the single I'm dropping Friday.
That's very true.
Do you know that I work out 4 times a week?
Right.
Do you know that I go to church every Sunday? Do you know I'm a family man? Do you know I'm silly? I'm good at Madden. I'm like, do they care about that?
Right.
If so, then maybe they're interested in the product.
That's true.
So RSVP works because we realized in our dysfunction, there's beauty and magic there. The energy when Sammie, Ray J, Pleasure P, and Bobby V is nothing that I've ever experienced. And I've been on some big stages.
Yeah.
But with us together, we actually got 2 hours of music individually that we can bounce off of each other from. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we kind of live in that. So if you come to an RSVP show, expect verses with much better singing because now we're focused on executing. You know what I'm saying? To sound good.
So everyone has their own set?
Yeah. But I mean, we out there together and you just never know. Like it's kind of like a medley.
Okay.
You might hit Sammie with I Like It, and then Ray J One Wish, and then Bobby V Beat Beat Beat, then Pleasure P a Pretty Ricky joint, or I Did You Wrong, and it takes you on this roller coaster ride of verses. Except now we do have a little structure. So every show we've done has been like pandemonium, but not planned. The chaos you still see up there is the chaos we're still living in from verses.
I do feel like we like to see behind the veil, and that's what it is. Especially with social media, we want to see that chaos. We want to see the after party because that's what we got with verses. We didn't get the show; we got the after party, and that's why.
And you know what's funny? And Ray J's a genius. He called me.
He is a genius.
He called me before the verses and was like, "I need you to be the like loud one." And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, because you're the Mr. Godly, peaceful one. Everyone's expecting me to be the crazy one. Although he had a crazy moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Correct. He still stole the show and wasn't even trying.
Right.
But he gave me permission to kind of just talk my talk.
Got it.
Make it more of a competitive, you know, we boys. We all like like that for real. Yeah. You know, it's love. But for that night, that was my one chance that I was like, I get to compete. And talk shit and it's okay.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna let my Florida boy out on this one.
And you guys kind of have like a little bit of a shared experience too, growing up as child stars,
for sure,
and evolving through that and having your ups and downs, sometimes in the limelight.
Yeah.
Talk about your growing pains. Like, what has it been like having to navigate that space?
Absolutely.
From child star, like having all the attention, all eyes on you, and then that darker period where
7-year period.
That 7-year period was the worst. Well, before this year, because this year's been a rough ride on some personal things, but the worst time of my life because there's a pressure and there's a image that artists, not even artists, famous people, public figures, have to uphold, even in their storm,
even in it.
So I was carless for 3 years, carless. I could have went and bought like a nice Ford Mustang. You know, I like Mustangs in high school. But people saw me in a Benz last.
Right.
So now there's this pressure like, why is he downgraded?
Right.
You know, I had to write a letter of hardship to Wells Fargo. I almost lost my house. And I had to explain in a nice little email why I need y'all to work with me. I'm talking about this because I want y'all to really know what people go through. See, I'm bold enough. I was talking about it then, but people don't care about your story till you win.
Right.
Say that.
If you talk about it while you're in it, now you whining. Woe with me. I got my own struggle.
This is true.
Right?
This is true.
So now that I'm winning, I got a little Rolex on. My diamonds is shimmering, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about when I did not and could not even think of a Rolex.
Absolutely.
I lived off ramen noodles, bro, different flavors and water for 7 years on my soul.
Oh my God.
I did Jay Leno with Soulja Boy and would come home and light candles in the house because do I pay that or do I go like get some studio time and put this mixtape out? These are decisions that I had to make for 2,555 days. Again, do the math, that's 7 years.
Got it.
And not trying to let the skeletons hit the internet. This is now when social media is
bubbling.
Twitter 09.
Yeah.
My hell started 09.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if someone really gets a whiff of how I'm living,
it's over.
They can expose me.
Yeah, they can.
And drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I can't go work at a regular job because I'm Sammie.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna put this phone in my face and say, hey, that's Sammie. And make a mockery of me making a decent living.
Yeah.
So those were times where I just really had to keep betting on myself, bro.
Yeah.
I just kept saying there's something that's going to happen. And I started reading the book of Job, and that's who I am.
Oh,
wow.
He had all the riches.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes, he did.
And the devil, wanted to test his faith and his loyalty to God, and took everything.
Yeah, he took everything.
But his life.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he got it back tenfold.
Tenfold.
And that's my life. You know what I mean? And I'm not like rich and all that. I'm rich in favor.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I'm rich in peace.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I have my health.
Yeah.
And I have the willpower every day to get up and go after
get
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I have a family that relies on me. Like, that's mine. That's the Bush tribe. That's like enough right there. I got a little girl that did not ask to come here.
Facts.
And I'm excited to that's my purpose.
Right.
Not music.
Right.
It's to show her the way. And it was tough, bro. But I want to encourage people. The reason why I talk about my hell so much, because it's heavenly at the same time.
At the same time.
All those things were to bring me closer to God.
Absolutely.
All those things was to remind me that, in any given moment, it can be taken away.
It can be taken away.
And it taught me about what really mattered. And what mattered was love. What mattered was peace. I still have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I probably been around you and you didn't know I was going through that them times.
Right.
Being in New York on a press run.
Yeah.
And I'm walking block to block. There ain't no car service. Ain't no SUV and me in the back just chilling.
Yeah.
No cameraman. Me and Josh King.
I remember.
Out there figuring it out.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, when you mentioned doing Jay Leno with Soulja Boy, I think the first time I interviewed you was for Kiss Me Through the Phone for Double XL, because I used to write the Best of Both Worlds column.
There we go. Yeah. That time, Sammie had nothing. Shout out to Big Draco. That record was the equivalent of me living check to check.
I remember.
I would start getting like booked because I sung the hook. That record took me to Dubai, Germany, Abu Dhabi, Tokyo, Japan. Yeah. So I'm making money, but I'm catching up on debt.
You're catching up, right?
But it was the birth of
Yeah.
He gave me the strength to keep going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, June 16th, June 30th, 2016, Shade Room changed my life.
Got it.
And I haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
Good credit, money's good. Everybody can relax.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
This was the conversation we didn't know we needed.
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate you so much for coming on Right So Boom.
Thank you
and
for
sharing your
me.
story with us.
I
This has been an amazing episode.
It
definitely has.
Thank y'all so much for having
Definitely
me.
my
God is
favorite.
love, and y'all stay beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that has been All Right So Boom. Once again, we thank Sammie for coming today. I'm Nzinga Imani. This is Ray Holiday and Janae Bolden, and that is All Right So Boom. You can check us out on Bossip.com.